Hello everybody, this is Clavet5, and you are watching most embarrassing replays. So here's how the show works. If you've never seen us before, which you haven't because this is our first episode, you send me your terrible replays, I watch them and commentate them and maybe make a couple jokes, and then I put it up online for everyone to see. So it's more of a laugh and learn. I'm not out here to put anyone down because if you've seen me play, you know I'm not very good at StarCraft myself. So that being said, just take everything with a grain of salt. So I'm really excited to get into the first match here, and I bet you are too. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so in the 11 o'clock position we have Bone Carlos, the blue Protoss, and in the 5 o'clock position we have I am, or maybe Lam, not sure which one it is. Maybe it's Lame, the A with the bar over top, or something. We have Dumb Name Terran in the 5 o'clock position, and the map, of course, is Tal'Darim Altar. You've played the map before, I'm sure. It's a very large map, so it lends well to a big econ macro-style play, which I really like to see. I love those big, long, large army games. So I hope to see something like that, and we are seeing... gotta figure out what to call this guy. I'm gonna go with Lame, and Lame is putting down a forward supply depot. So it does look like he's posturing at least for some sort of an early expand. Don't think he's... well, we'll see if he goes 14cc or not. Unlikely, since he's sending out his second SCV, which will likely put down a barracks. Yes, and the players are cross-map, cross positions. So it will take a while for them to scout each other. So what can I say? It's early game. Yep. Crickets. 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 So finally now we have the probe coming in for Bone Carlos. And he does see that forward posturing from Lame. And that rally point I kind of disagree with. I don't think that he saw the gas on either side, or could have seen. I like to make sure that I'm figuring out whether my opponent is going to go for more of a gas-heavy army or more of a mineral-heavy army, and that, I would say, is sort of a critical scouting piece of information. Maybe he just had it rallied to all 3 bases and forgot about it, and then decided to turn around. Not sure. But what I like to do when I find my opponent's base is actually do patrol around in sort of a circle. You can actually have patrol circle back onto itself so that your SCV or probe or whatever continues to move around in a pattern. And SCV drilling away at this cybernetics core. So this guy's like, Commander, do you want me to do something useful, like harass some probes? Nah, that's alright. Just drill on that cybernetics core, and actually managing to do about 150 worth of damage before finally getting chased off by that probe. Again, I can't be too critical because I don't always do useful things with my scouting SCVs, but, you know, areas of improvement. That's what this show is all about. Areas of improvement. Chronoing Warp Gate, of course, and we do see a second gas, so we're going to see, well, maybe an earlier robo, hopefully. I like seeing more micro-heavy units. Sentry or robo usually is what earlier gas implies. And gas now going down for Lame. Interestingly enough, no gas in his main, though I guess since most of his army is going to be up here, it's going to be a little bit easier to defend that gas if it ever becomes critical. I kind of doubt that it would be. Idle SCV, and a bunker on the front door. Not sure if he knows that this is not a perfect seal. Maybe it won't come into play, but we will see. Twilight Council. Now this I like to see, because this implies either Blink Stalkers or Speedling, not Speedlings, speed lots. And assuming, well, considering that we've only seen a stalker out on the field of play, we're going to be seeing some blink stalkers, and yes, that blink research is now in progress, and a robo, most likely for the observer to scout, and this map is great for it because it has these attached cliffs that you can just blink across on both sides, in fact. So Lame might be in for a bit of a surprise if he doesn't scout this out, and he does have another SCV coming out. Looks like he's going to conserve those mules and use an SCV instead, or just appreciate the palm trees, perhaps. And now SCV coming in for a scout, and it does get picked off, though I believe it would have seen... yeah, it did see that the...
SCV ready!
Not Templar Archives.
Go!
Twilight Council was there, and that the Robo was there as well. Not quite sure if he caught that the Chrono Boost was going to work there on the Twilight Council, but if he pays as much attention to his SCVs as I think he does, idle SCV, then he probably did not catch that part. And again, I'm not going to criticize that too much because it's not like I would have instantly seen that, oh, he's chronoing in the half second that my SCV was still alive. But still, it should be something that he is aware of, the blink, that is, because he did see the Twilight Council, and he did see 4 Stalkers destroy that SCV brutally. So he should probably consider kind of... Well, what I like to do is I like to put a supply depot on sort of the vulnerable points of the map. So I'd put a supply depot here and on the other side over here, just to sort of give you a few extra seconds of warning. Right. 4 bunkers on the front door of Lame. That's interesting. And plenty of tech labs here on his bunkers, so we are going to start seeing more of a Marauder-heavy build, I'm assuming, and well, that's a good response to the Stalkers, so I will criticize, yet I will also praise. Way to counter your opponent. Unfortunately, your opponent's about to blink into your base and destroy everything, because there's nothing back here to stop this. And here come the Stalkers. We're going to get quite a few SCV kills. Taking out those SCVs before they start to run, and now, nope. Not going to defend this. Now coming in with some Marines turning around, and Stalker's actually able to focus down the command center. Typically, I don't recommend trying to focus down the command center, because this early you're likely not going to succeed. What are you doing? There are Stalkers in your base destroying your stuff. Go! What are you doing? Oh, and the factory's going to go down. Now, finally, his troops get overtime approval from their Union rep and decide to go in for an attack against these Stalkers. The Stalkers, which are going to retreat, might have been able to, well, it could have gone either way, but with some decent blink micro, you would have been able to whittle down this army considerably, and especially now that you've done, well, some pretty sizable economic damage against Lame. Well, not really. It's hard to do economic damage against Terrans because they can come back so quickly with those mules and, well, a billion SCVs, which he's now easily oversaturated at his natural, which is his new main, by the way. And, wow, he's just down so far in that supply count, down 59, and he needs at least 63, now up to 67, and can almost start producing units again. Wow, this is hurting for Lame. Now starting to rebuild back in his base, and might be pushing out for a counterattack against Bone Carlos. Bone Carlos a bit out of position for this, and he does not see that it is coming. You might want to just rally that observer to his troops. That's helpful, or, well, it's annoying actually as a Terran player when you see those observers there, because you're like, oh, now I need to waste another scan. But the troops, for some confusing reason, are turning around, decide not to commit to the attack. Meanwhile, Bone Carlos back in the base of Lame, tearing the place up. Going to take down quite a bit more, and the troops do decide to engage this time. Good work, you're improving. Another barracks going down. Man, this is rough. And once again, Bone Carlos deciding to pull away, retreat. Alright, sir, you have 1,000 minerals in the bank. You've done a lot of good damage. Now let's think about what the next step is here. He's committing pretty heavily to the infantry play, and you know that he doesn't have a factory because you destroyed that. So, let's see some... Yes, that's what I was looking for. A robo and 2 more gateways. So now he has 5 gateways total, 6 gateways total. A robo coming out, so I'm hoping to see some Colossus Ninja expansion going down for Lame. Meanwhile, idle SCV, well, it was idle like 2 seconds ago. Idle SCV, idle SCV. Great. Terran army, large and in charge, moving across the map, finally going to commit to an attack against Bone Carlos. Bone Carlos' troops are out of position for this attack. I don't know what he's going to do about this because the Terran army is going to be able to probably take down this Nexus. Probes coming off, and really not enough probes to do any sort of damage whatsoever. 3 Marauders at least continuing to attack this Nexus, and now the rest of the army engaging. Finally, Bone Carlos turning around. I suggest you stop and pray at the altar. Well, don't stop, continue, but also pray at the altar as you're on your way. Because this Terran army is fearsome. O most holy Tassadar, please protect our army from the Terran who is destroying our base, and now is going to get a beautiful concave across this gap. Not where you want to be as a Protoss player. Decent blink micro, way to blink away those damaged stalkers, but it is not enough. Those Marauders are doing some serious damage, warping more units. Again, not enough. Really, wow. Really needed that Colossus sooner. Now it is starting to come in, and it is being chronoed. Here come the probes, finally, to clean up this Marauder army, but both of these gateway, well, he's not focusing the gateway. Instead, now here come the probes, and a wave of Zealots. Marauders stim, and wow, just do terrible damage to those. Well, I should say terrible damage to those probes. Yikes. 7 Harvesters left for Bone Carlos versus Lame's 29. Though you can pretty much be sure that 9 of those are idle somewhere. Alright, fine. I leave SEs idle places sometimes, but not 9. Colossus now out on the field, and this ninja expansion, wow, 4 mules coming down, so this is going to give Lame a huge economic advantage. Look at that, 1,000 for the mineral count. Wow, Bone Carlos says. I have to agree. Well, the middle O is capital. I like that. So it's more like wow or something to that effect, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to find something to work with here. Not much. It does look like Bone Carlos might be moving in for some sort of an attack. Not really sure if he has what it takes. That's a lot of Marauders. He's really going to have to use some effective force fields here. And here we go down the force fields. But the Marauders focusing down that Colossus, and it goes down very easily. This is going to be it. Bone Carlos, GG's. Wow, what a back and forth match. Thank you to Bone Carlos for sending me this match, and thank you guys for watching the first episode.